Okay, ready?
You mean just start reading.
Yeah, why don't we just start talking?
Well, once you start reading, I'll shut my mouth.
Okay, here we go.
I was just thinking the other day about...
I knew you were going to do it. In the ancient times of 2016, the UK was facing unprecedented levels of unrest over Brexit. The US was going through one of the most polarizing and volatile elections in recent history. The Zika virus was causing worldwide panic. YouTubers were dropping the N-word left and right. Yeah, dude, you wanna hate on feminism? Go watch some Leafies here?
My dream date.
Me too, man. But more important than all of these things, Souls-like was just beginning to become a genre of its own around this time, with companies using it as a buzzword in a way to attract fans of the steadily growing franchise. And one of these games was Harebrained Schemes' Necropolis, which was a... let me look at the list here. Souls-like action roguelite co-op adventure.
Bro, you are yapping!
Yeah, I ain't reading all that. Basically, you and a merry band of companions fight your way through a procedurally generated dungeon, with the mechanics leaning more towards slower, methodical combat and punishing systems. Sounds like fun, right? People seem to think so. I remember there being quite a bit of hype around this title, myself included, and when the game actually came out, nothing. I think I'm the only MF on the entire planet to have played this game, and I'm definitely the only MF stupid enough to have bought it 3 times on 3 different consoles. Needless to say, I love this game, flaws and all, and I think you can too. My hyperfixation with this game all begins with the aesthetic. I mean, look how adorable this guy is. With their pokey little legs and their neat little outfits and their glowing eyes and their... Oh.
She kinda bad though. Is that Frost?
Anyway.
You really can't go wrong with cel-shaded graphics. It's really just a timeless art style. And the design of the characters, creatures, and environment are also just something to marvel at. Now, I'm no artist, so I'm not about to deliver some scientific thesis on why the neuron activation beam kicks in here. But if I had to guess, I'd say it's largely because everything is primarily cool, and I mean gnarly colors with an ancient yet mystifying aesthetic, giving everything this mysterious, ethereal feel. Indecipherable scribbling on the wall, magical technology, and the beings, strange creatures lurking around every corner. Wouldn't you love to learn more about this intriguing world? Well, too bad! The game don't tell you nothing! And that's what I think the best part is. Obscurity.
See, this may be a turnoff for some, but this game doesn't really bother telling you really much of anything. Your only guide being the brazen head who offers nothing more than slanders and irrelevant advice. The rest is up to you to figure out. Where to go? I don't know. How much damage does this weapon do? Beats me. What's the effect of these potions and scrolls? Figure it out yourself.
Drink it, dude. Just try it.
Just drink it. Just drink it. Which just makes the game good old dumb fun. Having weapon and equipment stats mostly hidden means you can't min-max the fun out of the game. Outside of a brief description and a simple tier number, or whatever that means, it's up to you what weapons and armor works best, or just what you find most enjoyable. This goes for a lot of consumables too. When you pick up a scroll or a potion, its effects are simply unknown, adding this really fun gambling aspect to moment-to-moment combat. Like when you and your team have their backs up to the wall and you decide to pull out the Hail Mary last-ditch effort scroll, you may just pull off one of the hypest clutches in gaming history. Or if you're like me, you'll just screw everybody over by paralyzing your entire team. Because yes, there is friendly fire, by the way. You only learn these items and effects after using them or using a scroll of identification on them. And I think this idea is genius. Like, can we have more of this? The chaotic nature of these mechanics adds so much to the multiplayer aspect of this game, making each attempt to the bottom of the Necropolis truly unique.
Speaking of which, the map itself also adds to the unpredictable element. From the beginning there are 2 paths, each ending with a door and an elevator to the next floor, which are still connected by the way. For example, there's Path A and Path B. If I go down the lift on Path A, I can potentially find the lift back up to Path B somewhere on that floor. You and your party can genuinely get lost this way. Between that, there are random biomes, dangerous monsters, deadly traps, hidden mechanics, each getting more diverse the deeper you go.
This is actually a really fun, intense exploration experience. I mean, there's stuff in there I've never even seen, because despite glazing the game so hard, I've only ever beaten it once. I don't even want to show you much here, just to keep some of the stuff as a surprise, in case you buy it. So if this game's so great, how come it's not well known? Well, now...
Because it's not.
Well, that. But now, it's time that I have to take off the meat riding hat and go into the game's downfalls. After only a few bug fixes and an admittedly pretty great content update a couple months after launch, which added a ton of new stuff and even a new playable character, the game will be dropped entirely by the developers without a word. And when you see some of the concept art showing just how much more content was on the table for this thing, the sting of what could have been really starts to set in. I will always feel that a game with wasted potential is always worse than a game that's flat out bad, especially when it's apparent that a lot of really creative and passionate people worked on this game. Unfortunately, that means that there are still lingering bugs in the game, especially when it comes to online multiplayer. Just like when recording this, all the audio cut out in the game, which wasn't cool. But most time you can fix it by quitting out and restarting. No biggie. But that is exactly why I cannot recommend this game at its full price of $30. But it often goes on sale for around like 7 or 8 on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. So if you're a fan of other roguelites or Souls-likes, or you just want a game that revives the feeling of split-screen mayhem that's unfortunately long since passed, I seriously insist you give it a try with your friends. While not a perfect experience by any means, I feel that it is actually really something special and fun. And if I could choose one game to resurrect, just one game, I'll make any pact with any god that you may have.
Titanfall 2, shut his
No,
mouth.
no,
shut
no,
his
no,
mouth.
no, 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 it's my video, it's
Bring
my
it back.
section, it's my section. If I could choose one game for a sequel, a reboot, or even just continued support, it'd be this one. Because I need people to play with. That is all.
Hey guys, Drake was the only MF right in that last section. Almost none of those ideas belong to me.
That's such cap. You
It's-
play the game too.
Now, like a needy girlfriend who has to be included, I'm typing up my niche roguelite that I like a lot and haven't seen much coverage on. My game of choice for this video, I'm going to have to go with Spiritfall, made by Gentle Giants, and it may be niche just because it's new, because it was released in February 2024, but it's my section and my game. Spiritfall is this wild cross of Brawlhalla and Hades, and honestly it feels like if I just said that idea you should be like, wow, that game sucks. It's doomed to fail. But it's actually crossed in such a perfect way. The main point of the game is you, the Omen Forged, doing some greater spirit's bidding and opening a path for spirits to travel to the afterlife. Now, I know what you're thinking. God, why am I still in this video? And focus back up, come on. The real thing you should be thinking is, but Seth, of Hyper Nothing, how could I possibly do this? I'm just a little guy. Fear not, my small friend. The spirits got you, and they cover you in 3 ways. They offer you 9 weapons, 10 if you count the link blades, but I don't. And again, reference to this point in the video. My video. I don't care about your opinion.
Each spirit has their own unique mask that can help you as well, with a passive that can't be altered and an active effect that you have to work to achieve. Finally, the spirits will offer you a blessing, and this is where Hades comes in, as it is just the god's boons in that game. But animals, yeah, everybody loves animals, right? Anyways, if you like Brawlhalla, you will like this game as the gameplay feels almost the same, except without the spear down air spam. The blessing adds.
No, that's there. You just don't get hit by it. You're the one.
Grr. The blessing adds a lot, like elemental effects, can range from increased crit chance to making enemies stay stunned longer, all sorts of stuff. Enemies bounce off the walls like you're playing pinball. You just keep smacking them about to keep the chain going. It's really satisfying. The stage layouts are pretty simple, but like, why do you need complex? The game is meant to feel, quick, fluid, snappy, and a complex stage would probably just get in the way of that. That being said, our fan favorite stage here is the one where there's the giant plant in the corner, and if an enemy gets eaten, they're stuck in an infinite loop where they get spat out and swallowed again, and spat out and swallowed again. It's like Little Shop of Horrors. That's feed me, Simon. Feed me, Owen.
Feed me, Owen.
That's enough about gameplay. What about the art style? Y'all see this background footage? Like, yo, dude, the spirits when they enter, they got this puff of whatever their element is, and then they pose on you like an MF and anime character. It's class. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, guys, this might be a series. That's all I wrote. I typed this up in like, what, 30 minutes probably?
Something like that.
I'm pretty quick. Quick?
Yeah,
Quick.
took like an hour or something.
Yeah. This might be a series. We kind of just make scripts and then we don't use them. Game footage is horrible and we're also lazy. That's it. Go home. Or go watch more YouTube. That's right, caught you doom scrolling. Don't close the app. Don't close the app.